right up there as well. For this women's team are right up there, as are SD Worx Pro Time, with the big favourite Lorena Wiebes in that white skin suit. We're inside the final 4K now. We will have a right-hand turn just before 3K to go that, again, we're very familiar with, because that's the point at which we entered the circuit. Pace being kept very high on the front here now by Team Visma Lease Bike, because AG Insurance Soudal have come to the front for the first time really at this point of the race. It is Alex Manley on the front at the moment, leading out Shari Bossoit in second wheel in her return to the Women's World Tour peloton. Strong team from AG Insurance Soudal did have Julia Bergstrom in the breakaway for much of the race today. Now have got three of their riders right up towards the front here, ahead of Team Visma Lease Bike, as we head towards 3K to go very soon. Lidl Trek also getting themselves organised. SD Worx have drifted back here a little bit, Alice.
They have. They don't have so many riders left to work, so just trying to save energy, but they really do risk getting swamped here, as we can really see how narrow some of these points on the circuit are.
This is this right-hand bend just as we come through 3K to go. Reduced peloton here in the final 3 kilometres of this race due to some of the crashes that we did have earlier on this circuit. But all the big teams represented, all the big names are still here. Very much all to fight for, with less than 3K to go of this race now. Safely negotiated that part of road furniture. Inside the final 3K, Elisa Balsamo in the centre of the shot there, just looking for a wheel of a teammate. She's got plenty of teammates there for Lidl Trek. She is one of the big favourites in the finale if this race comes to a sprint. Pfeiffer Georgie on the front now for Team Picnic Postal. As you said, Alice, she's a very well-trusted rider for Charlotte Kool.
Yeah, really well-trusted, and one that Kool loves to follow her wheel, and Pfeiffer doesn't take those risks and can read the peloton really well to be able to keep her safe, so she will still choose to follow her wheel until the very last moment, where Barbieri likely will take over from Pfeiffer to do that final lead out for Charlotte.
RK and B&B Hotels on the front in the red and black jerseys at the moment. Team Picnic Postal on the left-hand side of the shot. Human Powered Health in the middle as well. A number of teams trying to get themselves up there, but SD Worx Pro Time finding their way through now. So we're just about to take this next right-hand bend here. Not such a tight one there. We are going to have a tight left-hander coming up and then a right-hander as we go through 1 kilometre to go. 1.8k of the race remains. A technical finale ahead of us as we look forward to crowning the first winner of the Copenhagen Sprint. This new race on the World Tour calendar for both men and women in 2025. It will be around for the next 3 years at least. And we're also looking forward to the World Road Race Championships here in 2029. 1.5k to go. Very much a reduced peloton here, Alice, and very tense at the front.
It is, and real small teams and teammates left at the front for these riders. So 1.4 kilometres to go. We've got Pfeiffer Georgie on the front already, just with Barbieri on her wheel, who's done so much work already in this race, and she's just really suffering from those efforts. She's been doing a lot of protecting of Charlotte's wheel, but that's a really tough task to do, so having to do a lot of accelerating at the moment. So a long way to go for that team, and we can only at the moment see Gorishki left for Lorena Wiebes, so we don't have those big teams to be able to do these lead outs.
About to make the final turn inside the final kilometre now. The big name still here, but not with many teammates left to lead them out. We can see Pfeiffer Georgie on the front in the white jersey of the British national champion for Team Picnic Postal. Her team leader Charlotte Kool is just a few riders back. Huge amount of heavy lifting here for Pfeiffer Georgie on the front of this peloton. She continues this lead out at absolute peak speed, but now SD Worx Pro Time about to come to the front of this peloton. Lorena Lorena Wiebes is up there. Balsamo is up there. Wiebes is poised and ready in third wheel at the moment. When is she going to make her move? We are inside the final 500 metres. We are approaching the final couple of hundred metres of this race. 151 kilometres have been raced today. And now we are looking at the final finishing straight. And now Lorena Wiebes goes. She's out the saddle in that white jersey. European road race champion, challenged by Charlotte Kool. But Lorena Wiebes is going clear. And she is going to take this by a huge margin. Nobody is anywhere near the European champion. Lorena Wiebes wins it for Team SD Works Pro Time.
Yeah, we've seen so many sprints like that. Such a strong sprint for Lorena Wiebes, and we just didn't see those big lead-outs. And actually for Lorena, she was lucky to have Charlotte between her and Grishki, because she didn't know how long Grishki was going to last and just didn't have that lull. So a really strong sprint, and we had 4 of the very best sprinters that we have in the world there on that final.
So the winner of the Copenhagen Sprint 2025 is Lorena Wiebes of Team SD Works Pro Time. The reigning European road race champion has taken the win in the first edition of this race, being congratulated by her teammates there. Garishi doing so much work in the latter stages of this race. This is the remainder of the runners that were in the second half of that peloton after that crash on that final lap. Very much a reduced peloton coming into the finish there due to the nature of that crash.